Welcome to this episode of Symbolic Thinking, the fuckery as created by the limitation of this dimension, and the codes as provided by everything that surrounds you, aka the mundane, as well as the potentially outdated systems and ways of deciphering the truth. This video not only serves as your guide to symbolic thinking, but the key to debunking coincidence once and for all. Coincidence! May this help you to accept coincidence as a truth. It is in fact a message that we should not ignore or avoid. As usual, I will give a personal example to show you and demonstrate the hidden meaning behind numbers. As mentioned before in a previous video titled Brain Stuff, I already gave the formula, but I never explained how to apply. Until now, when Jupiter has entered the area of your anus. Because my part of fortune is in the 10th house in Capricorn. Never mind! Never mind! Because numerology never satisfied me. Life is numbers, is asteroids, is archetypes. Actually, if you think about it, life, the universe, everything recycles itself. Even astrology can be endlessly recycled. Because the keywords, the themes, the qualities, the everything has already been created. Life is Pluto. Pluto is death. Death, recycling, reincarnation, returning, doing the shit all over again. Everything repeats itself. Everything is a fucking echo of what already happened. Again, like what I explained in the previous video. The past is the seed of the present, but the present is the fruit of the past. The past is the seed of the present, but the present is the fruit of the past. So again, I was born on November 8th, but that happens to be the discovery date of asteroid Euterpe, also known as one of the 9 or 10 muses, and it represents music. When I dropped out of my mom's womb, asteroid Euterpe was exactly conjunct my ascendant. Ascendant being who you are, your lens into life, your personality, the business card, identity, whatever. And that being said, I am the daughter of 2 musicians. What are the odds? I also happen to make music myself. Insert advertisement in 3, 2, 1. There's more, sorry. Coincidence, debunk. I've got another amazing example for you. So I used to live on house number 60, it's where I grew up. But it also happens to be the place where I received clairvoyant dreams about the future, about someone that I was going to meet in the future. Number 60 corresponds to asteroid Echo, and Echo represents the literal echo from the past. By the way, this person that I had dreams about was indeed someone from a past life, if you believe in such things. The choice is yours. Good luck. But asteroid Echo is located at 14 degrees Aquarius in my chart. Eventually, years later, after these dreams, because it was a repetitive dream that I had for 1 week straight, when Neptune was opposite to my moon, by the way, and I share the same exact moon placement with this person. Anyway, this person happened to be born on February 14th, which makes him an Aquarius. Coincidence is correspondence, but essentially this is very broad and expansive. So this method allows you to find a more personalized meaning behind a number through either the date of birth or the date of a specific event, a repeating number that you may encounter, or even the degree of a specific planet, angle, or even name asteroid in your chart. So I realized that I innovate the ancient by respecting what exists and disobeying current methods. For I believe it does not provide the depth that I'm looking for, or it's just not my language, and therefore I invent my own, which makes sense as a Sagittarius North Node in the 8th house. Redefine language. Share my language. That's what I'm doing, essentially. Either way, if you start from the principle of renewal and recycle as a truth to life, when you acknowledge that your life is basically composed of the planetary archetypes, so does your life consist of the echo composed from mythology. And this serves as a beginning and an ending. It serves a mentor and a guide, a story to help you unravel yours through careful analysis of repeating patterns and themes. For example, if you have a mythological couple and an aspect to one another in your chart, then that mythological tale or those themes somehow have a repetition in your life, such as a Psyche and an aspect to Eros, then you get that archetype. Or Ceres and Pluto. So let's say that you keep on seeing number 8, or you're born on the 8th, or something happened on the 8th of a month, or someone's name asteroid happens to be on 8 degrees, and so on. 8 corresponds to Saturn, the color black. Saturday, the musical note Ray, whatever, Ray. And it also corresponds to the letters H, Q, and Z. But number 8, as seen from this archetypical system, corresponds to the mythology of Flora. And that entails the lessons of self-nourishment, to embrace symbolic death and rebirth, to cherish diversity. It means to respect and understand that big things start small, and that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, such as springtime that arrives after the winter. It entails the lessons to embrace and accept the natural cycles of life, that this is something that we should become comfortable with. And that's basically the symbolic meaning, the archetypical meaning, because it corresponds to Flora. And yes, this is a little bit different than your usual numerology, but this is how I personally go about deciphering numbers. I accidentally stumbled upon this discovery as I was doing my research on the NameAsteroids. Just saying. So numbers correspond to planets or asteroids, and that gives you an archetype to work with. So let's say that you keep on seeing number 22. You may naturally gravitate towards Google. Spiritual meaning number 22. Symbolic meaning number 22. Angel number 22. And yes, that is truth. It is valuable information. But reconsider the concept of truth. It has various angles and perspectives. The more sides we consider, the more enlightened we become. So again, using this method, number 22 corresponds to Calliope, and Calliope happens to be one of the muses, the muse of writing and poetry, as well as creativity. It entails the lessons to maintain dignity and grace, to draw inspiration from the past, to acknowledge the power of words and the power of language. It is about bravery to walk your own path of self-discovery and to embrace creative or poetic expression as a way to heal. So essentially, anytime when you encounter a number, you can either apply this method of what archetype does this number correspond to as seen from the perspective of the asteroids. Because if you just accept that coincidence is bullshit, you already liberate yourself. The order in which the asteroids were discovered is not coincidence, because life and the truth is all about what comes to consciousness. Another way how this method works is by understanding the asteroid that you share a birthday with, such as the example that I already gave of me sharing a birthday with asteroid Euterpe. So that is a part of my personal truth, a part of my personality, a part of my archetypical journey in this life, and that's very much true. So the thing is, when you see a number, fuck numerology for a second, insert that number in the additional asteroid box on asteroid.com and see what pops up. But be warned, you won't always get a mythological asteroid. Sometimes you will get random names. Then what do? You research that name. What is the origin? How common is that name? What is the meaning of that name? And also, consider where this asteroid is placed in your chart. And then, like, the ball keeps rolling, dude. Then you can consider at what fucking degree is this asteroid. And that's how you keep on digging deeper in a way more personalized way, in my opinion. If you do happen to get a mythological asteroid, then you can research that mythology and try to understand, try to see the linkages with your life, with your essence. Try to understand the message that it's trying to bring you, because once again, coincidence is bullshit. It's a human construct. I believe life is an echo of the archetypes, and that already shows through the planets in our birth chart. We have been obeying to the fucking planets that we see. But dude, the universe is massive. It's filled with fucking asteroids, but not every asteroid will be significant for you. That's why you have to consider the numbers that you're getting. Because no matter where you look, numbers are everywhere. But you need to intuitively discern which ones are significant to you personally. The mythological story has already been told, it has been written. Therefore, you know the beginning and the end. And therefore, you have an example to refer to understand the core lessons and the underlying purpose of such contact. Essentially, the message of this video is to look beyond, to dig deeper, to research, and to find individual meaning beyond that of numerology. I'm so sorry if you really love numerology, you do you, it's good, but I don't apply that system. It is one small bit of the big picture, of the truth. So I guess I'm now adding my small contribution to the whole truth. So you decide. One last thing. Whoever said that planet Earth is a planet of truth? Consider this. Earth is a place where we perceive planets moving fucking retrograde, which is an optical illusion, because planets don't move backwards. Does that mean that this place is a place of illusion and the place of delay? Thank you. Namaste. Goodbye.